Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Hypergamous Journey. My name is Denise. So, almost 480 videos, almost 500 videos, and I've said that every single one, some kind of introduction. I think it's time that I can dispense with the introduction. What do you think? And almost 1,000 subscribers later, so I have 975 subscribers. But anyway. Today, I want to talk about claiming a man before he claims you. I thought of Lupita Nyong'o. I hope I'm pronouncing her last name correctly, but the celebrity, the African actress Lupita, and Salima Masakela. So it seemed like a matter of months when she went on Instagram to say that she had a relationship with him, and then a few months later she talks about being deceived and stuff like that. And the deception would have happened anyway. But the fact that she put him on her Instagram page and he didn't do the same for her was not good. And then, she had to publicly admit that he deceived her and did all these things. And the thing is, yes, he did those things, but we have to take responsibility for our own behavior. And she shouldn't have done it. A man has to claim you first. So what does that look like? Besides, going public and things of that nature, we do things like, I remember a long time ago, a friend of mine said that because a certain man was doing certain things and acting like we were in a committed relationship, that I should go ahead and conclude that we were in a committed relationship. And we vehemently discussed our viewpoints. And she was saying, well, he's acting like he's your man, then he's your man, and just go on and claim him as your man, and you act like he's your man. And my position was, we haven't had a discussion about it. And as long as we have not talked about us being in a committed relationship, we're not in one. And so we got into a heated debate about it. And we agreed to disagree. And so I say this to you ladies, if you haven't had a discussion about commitment, you're not in a committed relationship. And I don't care what he's doing. I don't care what he's doing, paying your bills or helping you with your children or your groceries, your rent, your mortgage, whatever he's doing. If he hasn't said, you my woman, what do you think about that? Are you interested in that? Then you're not in a committed relationship. You are in a situationship, maybe a sugar daddy relationship, and I have nothing against however your relationship is. But a committed one, you are not in. So how do we claim men? We take them around our family, introduce them to our family before he even thinks about doing it to you. You introduce him to your children before he's done it with you. Family, your children, your friends, you've introduced him to your friends before he's introduced you to his. You've introduced him to your family and friends and children before he's introduced you to his family, friends, and children. You stop seeing other men and going on dates with them. I'm not saying getting, opening your legs to them or having sex with them or being laid by them. But you stop going on dates with other men that you may be less interested in or less attracted to, and focus all of your time, attention, and energy on a man who has not claimed you first, but you've claimed him based on his behavior. Men know how to talk to us, do things for us, to get what they want from us, which is the nice diamond that all ladies have. All ladies have. I don't care what their age is. We all have it. And if you look good or if you don't look good, they trying to get at it. I've had men admit to me that they hunted, quote unquote, hunted a woman, even though wasn't that physically attracted to her, but they could get it up for getting laid. But they wouldn't hang around for that, and they would hang around for as long as she was willing to do it. So we base our definition of commitment based on what they're doing. And I suggest that you base your love-based commitment on having a verbal conversation about it. Because they can do whatever they think you're looking for in terms of commitment, but never say, we're in a committed relationship. You know, what do you think about that? Do you want to do that with me? And so then when things are not going well, they have an out. The out is, well, we didn't talk about it. Yes, I was doing those things, but there are things that I would do with any woman I was interested in. And what are you going to say to that? Well, I thought that we were in a committed relationship because you did A, you did B, you did C, you did 1, you did 2, you did 3. And he's like, yeah, but we didn't talk about it. And these are things that I do for women that I care about. So if you don't have a conversation about commitment, you're not in a committed relationship. And if you want a committed relationship, stop sleeping with them. Then you'll really find out how committed he is to the relationship when you stop sleeping with him. And if you're afraid that you're going to lose him if you stop sleeping with him, you probably are. Because there's so many women who do sleep with men without commitment, thinking that they're in a committed relationship when it hasn't been discussed. And if you're sleeping with someone that you like, but you would like to stop sleeping with them, you can say the following as a suggestion. I'm really sorry, but I made a mistake. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I know that we have been intimate for X number of months, whatever the time period is, fill in the blank. But I don't feel comfortable doing that anymore. And I am sorry. From this point forward, we will not be doing that. And you have to stick to it. And you have to be willing to let him walk, because if he's walking away because you're not sleeping with him, he doesn't care that much about you, because a man that does would understand and have to adjust, but he wouldn't stop taking you out and spending quality time with you if he's been doing it before. He will have to reevaluate to determine if you are who he really, really wants. And you might not be. But he will stay as long as you keep giving it to him. But if you're looking for something more, stop sleeping with him. And you'll see whether he feels the same way about you. Now, if you're mated to somebody, meaning you're not married, but you're living like you are a married couple, meaning you live together, or you don't live together, but you are mated. So you've talked about commitment and being committed to each other and what that really means. And so you have to really dig deep about commitment. Like, what does that look like in a day-to-day relationship? You know, if you have female friends and you go out on a date with them or go to lunch with them, is that, infidelity or not being committed, or is that okay? So yeah, so that's what I'm talking about, claiming men before they claim us. We have to let them claim us first, introduce us to their family first, their children first, their friends first, take them around, let him take us around social settings and social events first. And even if he does it first, that still doesn't mean you're in a committed relationship, because men do that all day long. And it's used as a manipulation or a ploy to make you think that you're really special when you're not. And he does it with all of the women that he meets. So I like to say to you, keep your legs closed and don't sleep with men. Just don't do it. And if he's really interested in that, he'll bring it up in a respectful way, in a way that you can talk about it like two mature adults, and then you can say what your standards are. For example, I'm waiting for marriage. If that's what you're doing, that's what I'm doing. I'm waiting for marriage. Or we haven't known each other long enough yet. I don't feel comfortable yet. Let's give it some time and keep dating. And like I said, if he hasn't talked about commitment to you and claimed you first, so he can claim you, introduce you to his family and friends, but if he hasn't talked about commitment and what that means to you and what it looks like, then you're not in a committed relationship. And if you want one out of him, stop sleeping with him and be willing to let him walk away, because you're not giving him that. And the sooner we as women of all ages, all ethnicities, all cultures, stop sleeping with men, they'll get it. One by one. Collectively, we can do it, but it's going to start one by one woman at a time. And we can change this dating environment, one woman at a time. We don't need sex like men do. It's a physical release that they must have. We don't have to be the receptacle. We don't have to be a receptacle until we are in the kind of relationship that we want. That takes patience. Meeting the right man, the man who wants to settle down. A lot of men don't want to settle down because they don't really have to, because they can get laid by any woman. The minute you shut it down, there's another one that he might be sleeping with already, or who is ready to sleep with him. He just hasn't pulled the trigger, so to speak. So if he wants to walk, let him. That's not the man for you. Be patient, work on yourself, and he will come. There was a time where I was doubtful that this would ever happen. But when I started to date from a feminine woman perspective, meaning I changed my mindsets, I'm still working on that. I changed my dress, wore makeup, act softer, talk softer. I started to get more masculine men. That's what happened to me. And then it's working better and better and better and better because I've been practicing it longer. I take opportunities to practice on men that I know it's not going to work, but I go out on 3 dates with them to give it an opportunity. It might turn into something, it might not. But that's what I did. And that's what I did, and that's what I do. When I need to, I go on dates, I practice being feminine, I put on my makeup, and as a woman with short hair, and any women with really short hair, especially this short, you have to dress femininely, because then you get mistaken as a member of the LGBTQ plus community, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if that is not your identity, then you don't want to be identified with that. So it's incumbent upon you to wear dresses, wear colors that complement your skin tone, change your mindset. I started on the outside first, and then I started to work on my mind. And it's not a done, I don't think you ever get your mindset right on everything, on all of your issues. It's a process. So we give ourselves grace. We give ourselves grace. So don't forget, I have affirmation journals on Amazon and the free dating guide. Email me at the Hypergamous Journey at gmail.com, and I will send you the free dating guide. And if you feel so led, it's on your heart, donations, you can make donations at Buy Me a Coffee. And I will put that link in the description along with the affirmation journals. And like I said, email me for the dating guide. So I hope this was helpful. Don't claim men before they claim you. Don't sleep with them before you've had a talk about commitment and what that means to you and what it looks like in the day-to-day part of your relationship. Yes, I think that's it. See you in the next video. Bye.